In South Africa, where state prosecutors have started to cross-examine the Olympic and Paralympic sprinter Oscar Pistorius on the third day of his stand in his murder trial. The prosecution has vowed to, quote, get to the truth, end of quote, surrounding the killing of Pistorius' girlfriend Reeva steenkamp on Valentine's Day last year. On Tuesday, Mr. Pistorius broke down in sobs while describing the moments when he said he realized he had fatally shot his girlfriend by mistake. He's facing charges of premeditated murder. Now then, our correspondent Dan Williams has been following the proceedings. He joins us now live from Pretoria. Dan, the defence once again leading the evidence first thing this morning. What was said in the first sessions of this trial?
Yes, it's been another breathless morning here at the North Gauteng High Court. As you say, the proceedings were adjourned yesterday when Oscar Pistorius broke down, too emotional to carry on. Once again, we picked up at the moment where he realised that he'd shot Reeva steenkamp. He talked about how he tried to save her life by inserting his fingers into her mouth to help her breathe, try to put pressure on her wounds in order to stop them bleeding. And then we went on to a demonstration to show how he tried to kick down the door. And again, it was on the mark where there's a mark on the door, and how he swung the cricket bat at the door, and again, almost on the mark on the door itself. Now that was important because the state suggested in their evidence that Oscar Pistorius was actually on his stumps, not on his prosthetics. This demonstration today showed or appeared to show that indeed he was in fact on his prosthetics when that happened. And then we went through the other various processes, his various interactions with those that he spoke to, those that he called, and it ended with him saying that he did not intend to kill Reeva or anybody else. Now, of course, the state will argue, the prosecution will argue, that if you shoot 4 bullets into a door, that you do intend to kill who is in fact behind that door, and that was really where we left it.
Indeed, the prosecution have started their cross-examination as well, and there's been a bit of controversy around this. Talk us through that.
Yes, that's right. I mean, Harry Nall, he's known as the Bulldog, and he really went out on the front foot. He was quite aggressive, more in the tone more than what was said. And he started by saying, latching on to when Oscar Pistorius said that he'd made a mistake by shooting and killing Reeva steenkamp. Harry Nall said it wasn't a mistake. You shot and killed Reeva steenkamp. You killed this woman. And it was very aggressive, very much on the front foot, very much in Oscar Pistorius' face. But he then went on to talk and ask whether Oscar Pistorius knew what a zombie stopper was. He'd already asked whether, being a Christian, whether he wasn't going to lie. He said, no, I won't lie. He then asked what a zombie stopper was. Oscar Pistorius said he did not know what a zombie stopper was. Now, just for those that perhaps don't know, there was a video broadcast that appeared to show Oscar Pistorius shooting a watermelon with a shotgun, which exploded everywhere, and it appeared to then hear Oscar Pistorius saying, well, that is a bit like a zombie stopper. Now, that was where the court was last then adjourned, as the two legal teams then debated whether this could be introduced or not. So that's where we are. But what is clear is that Harry Nall, despite all the emotions over the last few days, over the last few weeks, Harry Nall is very much on the front foot here, and he's coming out swinging.
Indeed, we'll have to see exactly how that progresses on day 19 onwards. Thank you very much for that. That's CCTV's Dan Williams live there from Pretoria, keeping tabs on the Oscar Pistorius murder trial.